Hola, my name is Bella. I'm from Mexico, and it is a big item in my bucket list to explore music from different eras. I'm mostly listening to music from the 60s and 70s, but today we're watching a very interesting live performance from 1983. This is actually the very first time I listened to Stevie Ray Vaughan. I have heard a lot about him. Most of my musician friends talk about him like he's one of the greatest of all time and a legend. So I'm very excited to watch this and listen to this. Unfortunately, the copyright will not let me listen without pausing. That's my favorite way to listen to music, but it's not always possible. I will have to pause 4 times. And I'll try to do it in moments that are not too annoying, but well, this is blues. It's supposed to be very fluid, so I'll do my best, all right? I'm going to put on my earphones and I'm gonna count from 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, vamos. Okay, it just started, but I'm already in love with his playing style. That was a very fluid blues introduction right there. I'm not an expert, but I can appreciate this for sure. Let's continue. Wow, he's going in every direction possible with his playing. Unbelievable. Okay, we need to keep watching. I'm going to go back a little and let's keep watching.
Well, it's flooding down in Texas. All of the telephone lines are down. Well, it's flooding down in Texas. All of the telephone lines are down. Trying to call my baby. Lord, I can't get a single sound. Well, the clouds are rolling. to drive poor Stevie Ray inside.
Incredible. What is even that? It's like bending with vibrato. I love this. I love this raw sound. I heard this was just before he became like a big star. So I feel like I'm watching that transition. Still a very raw sound. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue. Whoa. What was that? What was that? Could he demand any more of this instrument? Incredible. I'm gonna go back a little and just rewatch that little part.
sun shines every day.
Unbelievable. He just did what he wanted, didn't he? Just took that instrument up and down and back, and wow. I'm going to rewatch this without pausing by myself, and then I'll come back with something coherent to say, because I'm in awe. Wow. I'm speechless. That was insane. I can clearly see why he's considered one of the greatest of all time. He sounds completely fearless. It's just him, bass, drums, very soft. And he's just there destroying the whole thing like he doesn't care, like he doesn't fear to make a mistake. This was a masterclass in improvisation. There's no way he would play the same song the same way again. This must have been a musician that would play the same song in a different way every time and nail it every time and improve it and make it better. For years, played in clubs around Texas with his band Double Trouble, struggling financially and living gig to gig. He does sound like that in this song. His playing sounds to me like it's more of a vehicle for a message rather than just aesthetic or pleasing blues sounds. I was reading the lyrics, which are very simple. Pretty much the story is Texas is flooded, the telephone lines are down, the singer cannot reach his lover, his baby on the phone, and the weather keeps getting worse. So eventually he just goes back home where it doesn't flood and it doesn't rain and everything is sunny and perfect. This makes total sense to me, comparing his playing with the lyrics. I understand this is not about the weather. This is more an analogy for emotions, for emotional chaos. And that's exactly what his playing sounds like. I can feel some suffering, but some pleasure in it. And I like it. I like this metaphor. I like how the lyrics make sense with the music. And his voice was also very impressive. He just made me feel everything. And I do want to listen to more of Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I'd also like to listen to his idols. I want to listen to Jimi Hendrix more. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I will really appreciate it. I am new to blues. I mean, the most exposure I've had is maybe John Mayer, and one or two songs by Hendrix. So I will definitely appreciate to read your suggestions in the comments. If you want to support the channel and you'd like to send your suggestion via coffee, I will appreciate that as well. This was actually a coffee suggestion. Thank you very much, Jeff. I really like this and I'm looking forward to listening to more of Stevie Ray Vaughan and other blues artists. Thank you so much for watching with me. I left the link in the description for coffee and Patreon, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey there, there's a post-credit scene for this video. I was editing the reaction video and I saw something that made me laugh. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when I paused the second time, I said, wow, he's going in every direction possible with his playing. And it's funny because I meant that musically, like he's playing scales like very fast up and down on the fret, and like going up and down with the sounds. But little did I know that he would literally take the instrument in every direction possible and actually play like on his back like that. I was very impressed. I realized I didn't say anything about that in my initial reaction because I felt like it was obvious. I mean, I think my face showed how surprised I was by his performance and by him doing that, like he's an acrobat. I was very impressed, but I didn't want to pause anymore. I was also reading about him, and I found out that he actually died at a very young age, 35 years old. And it says on the internet, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but he was performing at a concert with artists including Eric Clapton, boarded a helicopter, and there was some fog and it crashed. And well, I mean, that left me thinking, obviously, this is an artist that is clearly virtuoso of the guitar. He brought the old blues back again during the 80s. He had a very expressive sound with lots of bends and vibratos and heavy and aggressive style. And it sounds like he had much to give. So thinking about artists like him, artists who passed away, like Janis Joplin, for example, Kurt Cobain, there's something about artists dying young. I mean, it's always sad when a singer, songwriter, musician passes away of old age. It's always sad, and it makes us think about all the music they created, and we have that legacy. But when an artist dies young, it kind of leaves me thinking, what else could they have done? Artists like Stevie, like Janis, they had so much more to give. And well, I mean, I said this in a melancholic way, but also in an appreciative way, prioritizing what their talent was. And well, I wanted to share that with you guys. First of all, I think it was funny that his playing was kind of foreshadowing what he would eventually do with the instrument, and that I'm very grateful that I get to see artists like this perform in this way. And how jealous am I of people who got to go to these concerts live. I think that's a common comment in the comment section. I love it when you guys mention that you were there, that you went to that concert, that you saw that band live in the 70s, in the 80s. It's amazing, and it really makes me appreciate music from other eras, but also artists from my generation and my current time, because, well, you got to live the present while it's there, while you can. So that was it. Just an additional comment for this video. I hope you liked it. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.